Hello everybody, today we have something really special. In this video I'm gonna show you all the tricks to get the best of these pencils, and also I'm gonna show you how to create your own sketches and some tricks about canvas, colors, different widgets. So if you want to learn something different about digital pencils, this is your video. And if you like this kind of material, remember that this is possible because Krita supports my work. Consider just to donate to the project, make the development more stable, and that way we can create even more impressive things in future. So here we go. First thing we need is to create a sheet of paper to get a more realistic effect. So we go create new file, and then we go to the content and select as canvas color. Then go to dimensions and select A4 and this as a landscape and create. So we have our canvas, blank canvas. So we need to create a fill layer and go to the pattern. As we have loaded the bundle, we can search the graphite patterns that we have inside the bundle. There are these variants: the rotated grain, the more sand grain, and also more rounded grain. So you decide what you want. For this case, I'm going to use this and then reduce the opacity to the 20% more or less. And that's it. You have a sheet of paper. Also, you can go to here and filter mask and color adjustments to control the contrast in the paper. You select or modify as you want. How we can change the color on this sheet of paper? We go to the image background color and transparency, and we can decrease the lightness, but also we can select a color for the paper. Okay, we left as white paper. Maybe increase this a bit as you feel is okay on your monitor, and okay. This bundle is really special because we have the mechanical pencils and also we have the green ones. The pencils colored with light green, medium green, and darker green. These pencils are calibrated like real pencils. So you select black and that's it. I will show you a trick to work with colors in a minute. And then we have the blue ones. The blue ones are designed to be used with any color, because they are designed to be not pure graphite pencils, but a bit of charcoal. As you guessed, you can combine these with the charcoal KA bundle and you will get great results. Now let me show you an interesting thing. As you can see, if I select a 2B pencil, I can create this. And with the black color selected, I get the real tonal value of the 2B pencil. And if I go to the 4B, I get darker tone, and if I go to the 8B, I get the darkest tone. What happens with this? This is created because we are using value, so we can control the final value with the strength. Now we are using the 70%, but we can lighten this as we want. Okay, so it's like a starting point, but you can choose your value for your pencils. Also, you can use a trick. You can disable in all your brushes. How can I do that? If I go to the value, I remove the value option here and I select lock. And now if I select a 2B pencil, it's going to be darker. And this is also good because some users have reported that they want to use these brushes as color pencils, and that way they can use the real color as they want. So if I use these and I select these, you can see there is no variance in color. If you want to recover the default behavior, you just go here to the value in the brush editor and right click, and then you have two options. You can unlock restore settings from the preset or keep the current settings. So I'm going to reset restore settings from preset, and then you have again the 2B pencil with the black color selected. The lock feature is really useful because we can use it to text different patterns in all the brushes at the same time. So if we go to the pattern section, we can select another pattern that we have in this bundle. For example, I select this with the grain rotated, or this which is fine grain, or this which is a rounded grain. So maybe you like this and you test here. Maybe you want to multiply and then invert the pattern to get a softer feeling in the patterns. And then you go to the pattern and lock the feature. So you lock the feature. I have prepared this to be in the same tonal value so they respond in the same way. So now you can go here and test a 2B pencil with a more softer texture and go to the 8B and see the different texture we can get with this feature. I use darken because if I use in real life a 2B pencil over an 8B pencil, I'm not gonna overwrite it. If I use a normal, I get this effect, and this is not realistic for me. But you can do the same with the lock feature, and maybe you want to have this in normal mode, everything in normal mode. So you go to the blending mode, select normal, and then go to the blending mode and lock. As you can see, the brush tip is locked too, but don't worry about this because your brush tip is not going to be locked. One important thing is that we can control really fast the angle because now is straight position, but maybe you are right-handed or left-handed, so you can just change the angle here, and then the angle is more according to the real pencil position. So this is good because when we turn and it's a static brush or a tilted brush but with a static hand position, we can get more realistic strokes. So remember that you can go here and change your angle really fast. It's right click and change your angle. You can go just flat, we can use it for flat surface, or we can go to 90% and we get straight lines, vertical lines. So we can combine all these things together. One thing that is only for tilt users is that the tilt elevation. So you can control the tilt elevation in some brushes because maybe with your hand in the 70 degrees, you can create this kind of stroke. And if you increase the elevation, you can create this type of brush stroke. It's much more smaller. So this is size and this is the other size. How we can control this by the tilt elevation? Well, I follow a simple guideline and is to just adjust two different points. I never use 0 degree, so I put the maximum elevation around 30 degrees and the minimum elevation is around 70 or 60 degrees. Now I can have this range of elevations. One important thing that I recommend is to use this kind of visualization with the cursor preview, the settings, configure Krita, and go to the cursor shape and select a small circle, and this way we always see the center of the brush tip and also the preview outline, and then I see the outline of my brush tip, and as you can see there is a gradient. So for me it's important to understand this a bit better because I need to understand that the paint starts here in this point, and this is gradient. It's like when we are tilting the pencil and we have the stroke like this and it's vanishing because this is elevating from the surface. So it's not like round brush, but it's really good to mimic the figure drawing gestures. Another interesting thing that I designed for these brushes is in this brush, the tremble brush. As you can see, if I move my brush and make some pressure, I get the rotation. And that is really interesting if we want more expressive and crazy, not realistic, but we can just understand this brush, because if you use right now in this position with soft pressure, it's good for shading. And if you make hard pressure, you can create lines like this. I think it's a good way to train your hand to get a better pressure control. Or maybe it's good because it's fun and create a crazy, like twisting your pencil around the paper. And here you can see the template that I used to create these brushes. As you can see, it has a lot of grain because it's a good paper for a sketch. So you can see here. And I designed this brush just to mimic this texture, so you can create a good shading with this brush that mimics the real one. And you can use also the 8-1, and they can fit perfectly in a real sketch, so you can do whatever you want. Now it's time to create sketches, drawing, and get fun. And now let me show you a couple of drawings that were created with these pencils. All these artists has given me permission to show these images in YouTube. Thanks a lot. I think this video is going not to be only a video, but it's going to be something else. Remember that we have the part 2 in September, where I'm going to explain a lot of things related to the options we have in Krita for brush making and how to create some specific subjects. See you next time. Bye. Enjoy it.